Hello everyone and welcome to my fourth devblog. No worries, I've made sure to watch the previous devlog to make sure I'm on track. Last video I showed y'all our unit access and unit detail panel, which shows you your list of foodies that you have and their stats. And I also showed you the infirmary where you heal up injured foodies. Now, I have worked on a lot of things. You see a bunch of new buttons here, and I kind of got into, I guess, a mode where I really wanted to finish something, and that just led to another thing to work on, and I kind of never stopped to make a video. So, I know it's been a minute, but trust me, lots has happened. So I'm going to go ahead and start it and explain as I go, because I actually don't make scripts for these videos. I kind of just go with the flow and edit it later to take out all the gasping and the breathing. But, see, it's loaded up. You remember this? We still have only these 3 foodies, which I've actually fixed how the system registered things because I added a collection book, or the recipe book as we're gonna call it. There are 2 other mechanics I haven't added yet that I'm going to add. It is the kitchen and the lab. The lab is where you turn food items into foodies, and the kitchen is where you give them special stat boosts or combine foodies to make platters, or I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but further on in the game you're able to combine certain foods like, you know, you would cook in real life. Like ice cream is dairy and sweet, and there is a sweets foodie, I just haven't added that yet. So that foodie, the ice cream, would be 2 separate food groups. Now a platter is what it sounds like, a platter. It's a full meal. It's like steak, potatoes, and broccoli. They're all separate foods, but together they make one nice big meal. Those have usually 3 different food groups. And honestly, I'm really excited to add those 2, but of course I really needed to pause and make a video for you guys because I totally forgot. Now you see here, this is our armor manager, which isn't actually here. I think it's hiding. Yep, it's right here. And it says I only have this much gold. I'm going to increase that because I'm going to show y'all what I've been working on. So the first thing I started working on was armor. See, in foodies, all of your foodies kind of start out with really measly, kind of not really nice stats. Wow, why does he have 27 crit? That's really good. 149? Oh, it's because egg is considered a protein. Oh, I forgot. Okay. So each different food group specializes in one thing, and proteins are for offensive use. And I forgot that the egg is technically a protein, but he has more defensive skills. So I forgot that's what happened there. But we're gonna go here. This is our little armory, our armor store. I'm gonna close that. I still haven't wired things to close at the same time, so you can accidentally have 2 things open. That's a bug I need to fix. I'll work on it. But we'll select this, and you'll see we have 3 buttons here. We have the store, which is what you're looking at here. We have craft, which nothing's popping up because I haven't added items that you can use to craft armor yet. That's for later when I add that. We have view inventory, which is what this button is here. There's going to be more than one. No worries, there's not just armor. Go back here, and I increased our gold so we could buy some things. You can look around. We have 4 different rarities. We have common, we have upgraded, we have advanced, and the final, which is equivalent to the legendary of most games, or the mythic, is the super tech. Each will have a different sprite. Right now they're just big colored blocks because, you know, haven't gotten really to UI, which y'all did see. I actually added a background. This is kind of a really rough draft of what I had in mind. This is really quickly made in a Pinup, one of those automatically installed art software. I made these 2 in Pinup too. But for now, I'm looking around. See, these are some pretty good stats. You see frenzy power there, which I believe I talked about that in the first video. But I'll remind y'all, frenzy power is the amount of power outed during a frenzy attack, which over time, as you successfully land hits or crit hits, that will slowly build up, and it's kind of meant to stop games from becoming, stop battles from becoming long and drawn out. So we see here, frenzy power, crit damage, that's pretty good. Attack, that's a lot of stats in one, which since there's only 4 rarities, I'm not surprised. Each rarity has a chance to spawn a certain amount of stats and which stats it spawns. So like crit damage, affected, and frenzy power all only have a 10% chance to spawn, especially at level 1 in the store. So that's actually really good, so I'm gonna grab that. That's a helmet. This one is okay, but I'm gonna refresh it. It costs money to refresh, which it will in the later game, because you can see these, so you can easily just get the best armor you can. I'm trying to find a super tech one, let's see. And the different rarities do have like windows to how high the stats can go. Oh, here we go. We got a shield. Ooh, these are pretty good. Blue's pretty good, but you really want the super tech, even though they're harder to get. Of course, looks, prices, etc. Nothing's superficial. Some things might change, but the basic concept is here. Oh, and did I mention, if you couldn't tell, super tech has a really rare chance of spawning. Ooh, boots. So I'm satisfied with what we got. We're gonna go to inventory, and I haven't fixed the scroll view yet, so you kind of just have to drag it. But we got our boots, our shield, our helmet. When you click on one, it'll show you its stats. It's a bit cramped here, but trust the process. Oh yeah, I don't remember what I said, but blue is advanced, purple is super tech, green is upgraded, and gray is common. I don't know if I accidentally said that green was upgraded. I didn't mean that. So, oh, I forgot to show you. You can click on an armor, and then you can select a foodies for it to go to, which its defense is a bit low, but that's because it's the helmet. Health is pretty high, but it's more focused here, as we can see with the crit damage and the frenzy power on a main attacker. So I'm actually gonna assign that to stake. There we go, that's equipped to stake now, as you can tell here. I actually haven't tried to see what happens if you try to equip it to another one. Oh, it just doesn't work. You gotta press unequip first. That's fine. So we have this helmet equipped. This shield. Shields don't have any attack stats, so this is definitely gonna go to egg. They'd never spawn with them is what I mean. Ooh, that's some high speed. And good crit and crit damage. I'll go ahead and add that to stake. Alright, that's it for now. I'm gonna go back here to show y'all what pops up. So the armor, let me zoom in here. The armor, you actually, you can see where things are equipped. They go from head to toe, so this would be helmet, breastplate, greaves, boots, sword, and shield. Here you can see it barely, and you can see how much it's added, and then you can see its total right here. Oh my goodness, you need to heal up. And I haven't added this part, but we'll get to that. And stake, let's see how much that's not as high as I'd like it, but that's okay. That's pretty good. Alright, so that's the armor. You can unequip it, of course. And I think that's it for the armory. While we're here, about skills, what else I worked on was the skill, what I call the training yard. It's not exactly finished. It looks like this right now. Oh, I forgot this doesn't disappear. Gotta click that. It's a bit cramped, of course. You see these blue... They're not blue buttons. What is it with me and blue? These buttons, they are filters, actually. I know what each of these means because I've been pondering this for a while. This is the different food groups that you can filter out, and of course you can just look it up. Egg. We got proteins, we got grains, vegetables, fruits. The reason fruits is not red like an apple is because proteins is red. This is drinks, actually. There are going to be drinks, but later. This one, I believe, is dairies and fats. I couldn't think of another color for that, and this one's sweets. So if you click this, this is training, which I don't believe... Oh, yeah. The system takes a prefab I've made of each foodie. Let me show y'all. I'm pretty sure you saw this, but it takes a prefab, and it instantiates or creates a copy of that. And that copy is the players. So this isn't actually an egg, as the original prefab does indeed have skills, but as you can see, he actually doesn't have any skills. These are all empty. This button up here is called the recipe book. It is your collection, I guess. Click on it. I know there's a bunch of black squares. Don't be intimidated by the bunch of black squares. That is because, as I showed you earlier, prefabs, I haven't finished all of them. So not all of them have their sprites. So you see here, this is the foodies panel, which will show you its base stats, which every single foodie has the same stats. Might be a bit boring, but that's what the armor's for. You'll have a description. I don't have a description yet because I'm lazy and I work more on the back end than the front end. And you'll have a recipe, which once you unlock the foodie, you can see how to make that foodie again, because another part of the lab is combining your two foodies to increase its grade. You know how, I don't know if any other country does this, but the USA has a food grade system based on the way it looks on the outside, and for meat like marbling, for fruits no bruises. In other games I believe it's a star system, but that's kind of what we're going here. And then trivia. This trivia will be for more, I was thinking in the future there would be a way to get some extra resources by every week. There's a weekly announcement, which is kind of like the newspaper in this game, and it'll have a little trivia section. Filling that out, you get your trivia from looking at your foodies. It'll show you the possible skills that you can get from a foodie. Each foodie that you make in the lab, it has up to 4 skills that it has a chance of having, and if you haven't had one of those skills, you'll unlock it and be able to use it on any other foodie that is the same food group as that foodie, right? And you have this 1, 2, 3 I was talking about earlier, having the multiple food groups. This button up here is the prize button, which I haven't worked on that, so I'm going to ignore that. Other things I've worked on, this button. I haven't showed you this, but this is the adventure menu button. We'll click this, and you'll see there are a bunch of different battles you can choose. These two are kind of more meant for the higher level players that have stronger foodies, and these are fighting against other players. And this is the main, I guess you would call story mode, but there's not really a story, well, a planned story in this game. There will be a story, but it's kind of progresses real life as more players play, because as I said in previous videos, this is very multiplayer cooperation based. So for example, this is Scout. This is kind of your idle rewards, and how it works is our first level here, you're able to see the enemies, but oh no, the back button doesn't work. Okay, well, I'm just gonna replay it. I didn't know the back button didn't work. I probably forgot to assign an on click. That's highly unfortunate. But just gonna play it again because I'm lazy and don't want to fix it real quick. I mean, I could fix it real quick, but y'all saw what it was. It showed you what the enemies were, and I'll go there once I'm done talking about this. When you click on an enemy, it'll show you its skills and its stats. That only happens, you're only able to see the enemies and their skills and stats if players are scouting. Scouting acts as a scout would. In exchange for sending your foodies off, they become inactive. You can't use them for battle or anything. They gain you idle rewards, and they discover levels for battle. So if no one's scouting, if no one's playing, then whenever you go here or any of these, you're not going to know what you're going against. You could have a team set up to be a blitz, and it turns out that the enemy is very tanky, and I don't know what the other kind of team would be called. You know, they get stronger as their health gets lower. I don't know what that would be called. But doing scout is very important. And you see these, I really don't know how armies work, so I kind of guessed based on what the AI told me. We have the rear detachment, which is the easy battle. The ones in the farther back, we have the center battalion, which is kind of medium level, mediocre level. For the middle, we have deep operations, which not quite the front lines, but really close up to there, really tough. I don't want to say RNG, but more like really predicted, laid out. You know the game well, you know what's gonna happen when you pay attention to stats and stuff. And then front lines. Front lines, there is another type of enemy called the hangries. They're essentially like giant mutants. They're like your bosses. They take 3 turns to charge up an attack. That attack, even if you're like the strongest player, could possibly wipe out your entire team if you're not ready. Front lines, you can have actually 3 teams set up. You just keep going until all 3 waves die. Now there are certain foodie skills that can help you revive previous waves, but those skills will be harder to get and more focused. So I've worked on this. Actually, the only one that works is the rear detachment. I was just telling all of that for an example, but we're gonna click this, and as you can see, we have 1-1, level 1-1, rewards 1 gold. I haven't actually adjusted rewards. That's why that says that. You have your available foodies here, which again, available means they aren't doing anything else. They aren't doing scout, they aren't being healed, they aren't training a skill. But you can actually click these guys. They'll highlight green when they're ready to be selected. And here's what I was talking about earlier. Oh, I didn't write a description, but y'all remember from the first video what these different things did. But you can click on each of them, see their skills, and, well, it doesn't say it, but it'll tell you the skill. And once we press start, it'll actually go into the battle. Maybe not. I think sometimes I forget to press save, and so it doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. Once I finish the kitchen, the lab, you know, rewards, different levels, stuff like that, I will open up a pre-alpha for those of you I trust and are interested in helping me find bugs, because for me, things have been working out fine other than, you know, simple stuff I can fix quickly, like buttons not closing or panels being open at the same time. But I want to get in the nitty-gritty stuff, like break the game kind of stuff, and I don't have enough time to do that. So for those of you who I trust and are willing, I would like to give y'all a pre-alpha version of the game once I figure out how that works. We're getting really close to being finished, I think. I mean, actually I shouldn't say that because I forgot we have all the different UI, sprites, animations and stuff that I really am not excited to get into because I'm not a digital drawer. This art you see on the screen, I could do way better. I'm not trying to hype myself or glaze myself, but I'm saying art on paper for me is so much easier and so much more detailed than digital art. There's just, you know, inconsistent like brush strength and different, way too many tools for me. I just like pen, paper, that's it. But of course that's no excuse, so I'm just gonna keep trying, keep practicing. I hope y'all have enjoyed what I have so far. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see where this is going. Ring the little bell, get notifications. And I think I'm gonna start doing like short blogs, dev shorts, I don't know, where it just quickly runs through everything I've been doing since, you know, there's long pauses between my different videos. And I want to keep y'all entertained. I know I'm not the only one keeping y'all entertained. There's all of YouTube. And I don't know if I really do keep y'all entertained well, but I go back and watch my videos, I cringe and I laugh at it, so I think it's funny. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I hope you'll see the next one too. Goodbye!